here's my question. They bring one of these guys in who's the offensive line coach. I think offensive line's been a huge issue here. They're probably going to have to fix their offensive line by spending money on it. I mean, they've tried through the draft. The Cole Strange pick, I hated it at the time. It's worse now. But he's probably a building block that you have to build around now. So where do they look at offensive line? I know it's not sexy to talk about it, but this team sucks because they can't block anybody. So whoever the quarterback is, if nobody's going to block, it's going to be meaningless. So that's why I'm doing it today. But what's Adrian Clem's status? They pulled him out of Oregon. They gave up 1 sack in the entire season. He did a really good job there and obviously was going at it with Matt Grove, reportedly. Do they stick with him? Billy Yates, he was a part of it at the end of the year. A guy that they like internally. And then James Ferentz was a player coach. When is the last time you heard of a player coach in the NFL? Like, that's how bad the offensive line was. They need a new coordinator. They need a capable tackle. Mike Nwenu, not under contract. They're probably going to have to pay him the money if he wants to stay. So if it is Robinson or Cayley, let me give you a name that was here last year. A former player. Maybe you might not like it, but I'll tell you, I think he's a good name. Ryan Wendell. Coached with the who? St. Louis Rams. Was with Buffalo the years before that. Would they take a run at Ryan Wendell that would help their offensive line? I don't know. What about old friend Cole Popovich? Anybody remember him? You know where he is? Houston. I don't know. Larry Tunsil's one of the better tackles I've seen in the league. There's names. Go get them. And I'd like Cayley. I'm fine with the move. Robinson would be impressive to me. I don't think pitcher is even in the picture. And they missed out on Waldron. To the Bears, of all places. Well, at least they got a quarterback in place. So these are my predictions of what I think the coordinators will be. It might not be sexy. But I think when it's all said and done, Jerod Mayo is going to be the guy that makes the decisions. And after the draft, Matt Groh will be gone. But I think Trey Brown will be the name. Close ties to Jerod Mayo. Is currently in Cincinnati. I think he could come here, work with Mayo. But it will be Mayo making the decisions. He'll be the face of it. I do think Nick Cayley gets the offensive coordinator job. And I think DeMarcus Covington's going to be your defensive coordinator. Might not be sexy, but it's a guy that's grown and's been groomed and has been with Mayo. And as far as special teams goes, it's no longer the guys they've had here. I think it's going to be Marquise Williams. They did have Jeremy Swinger in recently. He was with the Rams, but Marquise Williams, I think, will be their special teams group. So who will be the offensive coordinator, and when do they finally sign an offensive coordinator? There's been a few names that have come off the list already. So those are my names. But in the end, when it comes to somebody making the decisions around here, I've joked that maybe it's Jonathan Kraft. I'm not serious. But I do think they want to be involved in it. I think in the end, whoever the GM is or whoever's making the picks, I do think it will be Jerod Mayo. In the end, I don't know how much different things will be. I think they didn't know anything that was going on when Bill Belichick was here. I still think it's going to be Jerod Mayo making those decisions, just like Bill did, with a little bit more of a collaborative effort.